This is Optimal Relationships Daily, episode 1657. Is Your Financial Plan Too Complicated? By Scott Spann of financialfinesse.com. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to ORD for another weekly bonus episode. I'm your host, Greg Audino, and I am with you once again on a Sunday to offer up another extra episode for the week, one that originally aired on another show in the OLD network, but that we think you'll enjoy here on Optimal Relationships Daily. This one comes from Optimal Finance Daily and definitely pairs well with what we read yesterday from Amanda Cruz of Women Who Money. That post talked about how to approach finances together as a couple, and today's episode helps you to decipher whether or not the financial plan you've created, either alone or with your significant other, is too complicated. So let's turn it over to Diana from OFD and continue learning about money for couples this weekend as we optimize your life.
Is Your Financial Plan Too Complicated? By Scott Spann with financialfinesse.com. I'm a big fan of the KISS principle when it comes to having a written financial plan. No, I don't mean the Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons version of KISS, although I'm a big fan of Rock and Brews every time I'm out in El Segundo, California. I mean, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it simple, smarty pants if the word stupid is deemed offensive in your household. Financial planning is simply the process of aligning your financial resources with your most important goals in life. Everyone needs at least a basic plan, regardless of their net worth situation or the season of life. The financial services industry is supposedly here to help, but too many sales professionals are still pushing a product instead of a genuine plan. And things can seem overly complicated in the world of complex financial jargon. So what are the ingredients of a genuine financial plan? Is it a written document trying to figure out your entire financial life 20 to 30 years from now, filled with colorful charts and financial projections? A book that I recently read does an excellent job of breaking down the financial planning process into what really matters. Most importantly, it simplifies this process into a one-page financial plan that focuses on results rather than an overly complicated to-do list that has a low likelihood of success. Carl Richards' book, The One-Page Financial Plan, A Simple Way to Be Smart About Your Money, provides an effective reminder of just how essential it is to keep your money and values aligned. The best place to start your financial plan is to answer the why question. Richard starts his one-page plan with a question at the top. Why is money important to you? Other important starter questions include, why have I been so anxious about money lately? And just why do I work so hard anyway? If you don't take time to dive deeper and figure out why planning matters, your financial plan will lack purpose and meaning. After you have thoughtfully identified the why behind the plan, identify your most important financial goals and put them in writing. The top 3 is a good place to start. Then go ahead and make a list of at least 3 specific things you must do to reach these goals. My wife and I sat down and agreed that our deepest held values relate to faith, family, and fun experiences. That is why our family's financial plan includes saving for short-term goals like funding upcoming vacations while our kids are still young and still think we're pretty cool parents. We try to prepare for our transition to financial independence, which we define as being completely mortgage debt-free and having enough passive income to meet our lifestyle goals. Also, we make sure we have a formal giving strategy and designates how we plan on sharing time, talents, and financial resources with our church and community organizations. The final goal is to fund the majority of our children's future college education costs, although we have set limits on how much we will cover and expect them to contribute in some capacity. Take time to assess your net worth. I'll spare you the whole net worth does not equal self-worth discussion for another day, but this is a necessary step in every financial plan. The net worth statement is a simple way to put all of your assets and liabilities in writing. Some of those line items can be empowering, like seeing credit card balances approach zero, while others can be frustrating, like high student loan balances. Every item tells some kind of financial story, and knowing this backstory can help you focus your priorities going forward based on those past experiences. The budgeting process doesn't have to be frustrating. An effective spending plan doesn't have to be perfect because perfection is a myth in the world of budgeting. You just need to make sure your spending aligns with everything on your list of important goals and remain flexible. That is, roll with the punches. A good advisor will help you avoid making any mistakes. I see examples of this every day, such as taking out too big of a mortgage, speculative investing, and unreasonable student loan amounts. Finding a trusted professional can be an important part of staying on track with a plan, but it can be hard to resist the urge to just hire someone to make all the decisions for you. Instead, find someone that will provide necessary checks and balances for your own decision-making. Seek advisors who are transparent about fees and expenses, open about potential conflicts of interest, and will diagnose before prescribing a solution. Carl Richards does an excellent job of demonstrating that a genuinely effective plan be summarized by a simple one-page action plan. The message to take action and just make enough smart decisions without overcomplicating things is a refreshing take on the process of planning for your financial future. Everybody needs a plan, and you can have one with just one page, a Sharpie pen, and 15 minutes of your time. You just listened to the post titled, "Is Your Financial Plan Too Complicated?" by Scott Spann with financialfinesse.com. I totally agree with Scott here that a simple financial plan is not only possible, but also preferred. You might not have a clear vision of what you want your life to look like 30 years in the future, but that doesn't mean that you can't come up with a solid financial plan. It's safe to assume that you're gonna need some money to do the things you want to do in life. Most people's financial goals are going to be some combination of getting out of debt, saving for retirement, whether early or traditional retirement, shorter term goals like buying a house or paying for a child's education, and maybe even some travel or entrepreneurial pursuits. A why certainly matters, but your why can shift and change over time. And I'd encourage you to not put too much pressure on yourself if your why isn't clear right now. Simply knowing that a solid financial foundation will provide you with the resources you need to do whatever you want might be enough at this moment. My why is simply options. I want options, and I don't want to worry about money. I want to be able to navigate the challenges life throws at me, as well as seize opportunities that present themselves. I never want to feel trapped in my circumstances, and I know that financial security opens up more options. But that should do it for today and the 1400th episode of Optimal Finance Daily. Thank you for your continued support and being here every day for all 1400 episodes, 100 episodes, 1 episode, and everything in between. We so appreciate you spending time with us every day and the incredible authors who contribute to this show. And I'll be back with more posts for you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.